Today we'll take a look at biology and we have a question on the board. The question says, what stage during cell division is represented in the figure below? This is the figure. Option A, prophase. Option B, metaphase. C, anaphase. D, telophase. Actually, this question is taken from 1990 Jamb Biology question 38. 1990 Jamb Biology question 38. And this topic is from cell division. From cell division. All right, so now let's look at the question again. It says, what stage during cell division is represented in the figure below? So here is the figure. And actually, in the cell division, in the cell, of course, you know that mitosis takes place in the somatic cells. Mitosis takes place in the what? Somatic cells. But meiosis has to do with things that has to do with the sex cells. But let us focus on what we have on the diagram. On the diagram. Actually, at the prophase, this thing you are seeing here, this thing you see here, they are the already separated chromosomes. Because actually at the prophase, there is this condensation of the chromatins, and making it the chromosomes to be what? To be what? Visible. Even under light microscope, you can see it clearly. So at this point now, after that, there will be replication. So we have the chromosome replicating. You have the chromosomes on their own, but they have two identical, everything the same content, but held at the what? At the what? Centromere. Held at their what? Centromere. So what happens is this. That's usually this what happens at the prophase. I'm giving a summary of what happens. The question wants us to find out what happens here, but I'm just mentioning others so as to for us to understand what actually happened. So after here, the next thing after this prophase, the next thing you will see is the what? Prometaphase. Actually, prometaphase. Of course, before prophase, start looking at the interphase, other things that happened before the prophase, but let us not go there. Then after prophase, you have the prometaphase. At the prometaphase, what actually happens is major thing that happens there is that there is what? The nuclear envelope. The nuclear envelope formed in the interface. The nuclear envelope formed in the interface. We do what? We do what? At this point now, it will break down, fall apart, allowing the microtubule to do what? Invade and get attached to the what? To the what? Chromosomes, specifically at what? Kinetochos. Let us not go there. So now when this happens now, there will be separation. The microtubules there will be elongation of microtubule between the two chromosomes. It will replicate, but then they're not totally separated. They're still held together at their centromere. So now there will be elongation. The elongation of the microtubule that invaded the nucleus because of the breakdown of the nuclear envelope. We are get attached to the chromosome. I said it before now. So elongation of this microtubule now lead to this separation. As the microtubule elongates, there will be this separation. Now, but specifically, what happens at the metaphase is that the pairs of these chromosomes are still held together at the center will now line up at what is called metaphase plate. Actually, this metaphase plate is just an imaginary line that is equidistant. There's a pole here, equidistant from these two poles. Okay, we call it spindle poles as case may be, the equidistance. So they will line up here. This is basically what happened at the metaphase. But remember, the nuclear envelope gets broken down, Remember, we break down, the microtubules will invade. Now, when it invade, this thing will not, they will, after the whole thing, they will line up here before the what? Separation. Is the elongation of these microtubules, because the microtubule got attached to these pairs that is linked together at the center, the centromere. When they line here, after lying here now, the elongation of this microtubule will now lead to this separation. As the microtubule elongates, they get separated. So this is basically what happened at the metaphase. So this does not describe metaphase. This does not describe prophase. Now let's go to the anaphase. What happens at the anaphase? At anaphase, that's actually, this is when that thing, separation and the movement of these totally free, because they now separate microsomes. They move towards the end of the opposite pole, opposite spindle pole. This one will move to this pole. This one will move down towards this pole. So this separation and movement towards the opposite poles is what happens in basically what happens in what? Anaphase. So from our description, this anaphase talks about what happens in this diagram. Before I started writing up all this to explain one or two things here, this diagram actually has this at this point, this chromosome at this point, where they have separated and moving towards the what? Opposite pole. So the answer is actually what? Anaphase. But let's look at telophase. What happens in telophase? When this thing happens, when after this movement towards the poles, the nuclear envelope, there will be kind of this whole thing, because this thing now contains everything here, is everything here. The same content. It's just that they separated. Remember, the target is to form two daughter cells. Remember, so there will be, this will be enveloped nuclear to form a separate nucleus, enveloped to form a separate what? Nucleus. So we now have two nuclei. These two nuclei have not been totally separated. They are still, the nucleus will be formed. One nucleus, first nucleus, second nucleus. Each of them now contain the same thing, identical. This is basically what happened in one telophase. All the process that lead to what? Formation of this nucleus here and here is what happened in one telophase. But at the final, at the end, that's what is called cytokinesis. So they are in cytokinesis now, the cytoplasm will be formed around each of these nucleus. When this is formed, there will be total, complete cell division to form two separate cells. We call them daughter cells, daughter nuclei. Daughter nuclei is after cytokinesis that you now form daughter cells. So the answer to this question is actually what? Anaphase. I just explained one or two things for us to understand. This is just a summary. I didn't go deep into what happened, but it's just a summary at this level of what happened in this diagram. So the answer is what? Anaphase. So the answer to Jamb 1990 Jamb Biology question 38 is C, anaphase. Thank you very much for your attention. Please, if you have any question, feel free to ask. Drop your questions on the comment section. Please go to YouTube channel, watch my lectures, subscribe, hit the red button and subscribe, hit the notification bell so that anytime we post new lectures, you'll be among the first to watch the lectures. Feel free, drop your comments, share with your friends, invite them to join us on our lectures on YouTube. You can also follow me on Facebook, the same name. My YouTube name and Facebook name is on the screen. The name is Fraternity the Schoolboy TV. Fraternity the Schoolboy TV. And God will bless you as you do so. See you next time.